Hi, hello, my name is Gomer Joseph. I hope you've all been having a great day so far. Welcome back to another True Crime Tuesdays video. If you are new, I welcome you. Today, I'll be discussing the mysterious case of Rasheem Carter. As I researched this case, I found it to be heartbreaking and puzzling. It baffles me that Rasheem didn't get the help that he asked for when he was alive. But it's even more baffling as to what happened during the events which led to his passing. Now, I encourage you all to do your own research with this case and not just look at my video for all of the information. Here we go. Rasheem Carter was born on October 28th in 1996 in Mississippi to parents Tiffany Carter and Robert Fry, who has sadly passed away. And he also did have a brother named Christopher. Rasheem was known to be athletic. He loved playing baseball and football. He was actually a father to a daughter named Callie. People have known Rasheem to be a hard worker. He worked as a welder, he was a cook, he enjoyed making music. People have known him to be an entrepreneur. People knew him to be a happy person. He was well loved. Rasheem helped people around him, and he enjoyed life and lived it to the fullest. On October 1st of 2022, Rasheem is 25 years old at this point, and he was texting his mom, Tiffany, telling her how there were men who were following him, calling him racial slurs from their truck. To be specific, Rasheem described this as a white truck, and Rasheem was telling his family how there were men who were basically bothering him. In Rasheem's words, these were white men targeting him. And this is Mississippi, and even in 2024, Mississippi doesn't really have a good reputation on how they treat people who look like Rasheem. Rasheem's mom advised him to report all of this to the police, which he did. And Rasheem, when he went to the police station, he told them how he was concerned for his life, but it didn't really seem like anything was done. Rasheem even asked them to give him a ride, but they told Rasheem that it was out of their jurisdiction. On October 2nd of 2022, Rasheem goes back to the police station asking if he could borrow a charger, and they told him to go to the local Family Dollar. Now, while he was at this Family Dollar, a friend was supposed to go ahead and pick Rasheem up, but when the friend arrived, Rasheem was nowhere to be found. Rasheem wasn't heard from. His family began, getting worried, especially with the last text that Rasheem sent out. Since no one was able to get a hold of Rasheem, his family reported him missing to the Taylorsville, Mississippi Police Department. Days went on, Rasheem was still nowhere to be found, so the family went to the police to ask for updates. And specifically, the family went to the sheriff's office, and I don't know who the family was initially speaking to when they reported Rasheem missing, but I guess that whoever they reported, Rasheem missing to, I guess that person didn't really share the proper information to the right people, because when they arrived at the sheriff's office, the family was told by the sheriff's office how they had no idea that Rasheem was even missing. So no one knows where Rasheem is, and no one seemed to have been looking for him. Seeing that the search was pretty much botched, the family began to do their own search. So they arrived at the Family Dollar where Rasheem was last seen, and they were shown the footage. When the family asked the Family Dollar employees if the police saw the footage, the employees told them that the police didn't even ask for the footage. Because, as a police officer, you would really want to know, how Rasheem looked and, what exactly he was wearing that day and where he could have just headed off to, but they, I don't know what was going on in their mindset. Later on, there was this property owner in Taylorsville who found footage of an unknown man on his property and notified the police. On November 2nd of 2022, about a month after Rasheem went missing, his loved one's worst fears came true. Rasheem was discovered in the woods and he was no longer alive. But what's even worse is that when his body was found, his body wasn't together because his remains were not placed together like they should have been. They were pretty much separated. Not only is the family devastated that Rashim lost his life, but I can't even begin to imagine how they're feeling knowing that his remains were found in such a way. After finding out that Rashim was no longer alive, his family was certain that the threats Rashim received, that someone did something to him. As for the police, they were believing that his passing was just undetermined, yet they still think this while his remains were separated. And they feel like it was possible that animals got a hold of Rashim. But my question is like, why was Rashim in the woods in the first place? The family remembered that Rashim mentioned how he and his boss were having problems, feeling like his boss wanted to harm him. Rashim's boss, Luke Clemens, denies that he had anything to do with what happened to him. And, after people found out about Luke Clemens, he began getting threats from people on the internet and pretty much had to go into hiding after receiving these threats. Unfortunately, that's all I could really find about Rashim's case. If he were alive today, then he would have been 28 by now. And it's a shame that his daughter has to grow up without a father. And again, from what I've gathered, his passing does seem extremely sketchy. So if there were monsters who did end up taking his life, then I do pray that they would repent of their sins and trust in Jesus Christ alone to save them. That way they will have the urge to confess to what they've done. My prayer goes out to Rashim's loved ones. I do pray that God would comfort them, and not only do I pray that God would comfort them in their mourning, but that God would give them the answers to the questions which they have been searching for. The God of the Bible, the God who I serve, is a God of justice. He will make sure that justice is served. I thank you all for taking the time in your day to watch this video. If you did like this video, please feel free to hit the like button. If you have any thoughts on this case at all, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please feel free to subscribe and click the bell to be notified about the next video. If there's a certain true crime case that you would like me to cover, go ahead and let me know. I will see y'all for next True Crime Tuesdays, and I will talk to y'all later.